everybody. Welcome to Greg's Beer Reviews. Let's go see what's in the fridge today. Hello everybody, thanks for stopping by Greg's Beer Reviews today. Hopefully this will be a treat. Big bottle, Dogfish Head, 750 milliliter. This is their Dogfish Head 75 Minute IPA. Bottle conditioned India Pale Ale with maple syrup. And from what I've read on this, guys, what they do, they've taken a 60-minute IPA and a 90-minute IPA that they've done, and they actually put it in another vat, and they put in some maple syrup, and they throw another batch of yeast in there, and it's actually had some whole leaf Cascade hops chucked in there too, and they mix all that up, and I don't know how long that they let that go before they put it in the bottle, but it is actually put together then re-fermented with more yeast and more sugar as in the maple syrup. So it's going to definitely change the taste of it. So it's just not like you're going to take a 60-minute and 90-minute and mix it together and get a 75. You will, but it's not going to taste like this, where they've added more yeast and maple syrup and everything and re-fermented it. And another addition of whole Cascade hops, dry hopping it again. So it's going to be a little bit different on it. Dogfish Head, they're out of Milton, Delaware. American IPA, 7.50 ABV on this. Let me read to you what it's got here. Blended 2 Dogfish Head favorites, old maple, add maple syrup, and carbonate the mixture naturally. What do you get? 75-minute IPA. The carbon dioxide trapped during bottle conditioning gives a 75-minute IPA a soft and velvety mouthfeel. Dry hop with whole leaf Cascade, this complex IPA has been known to inspire pilgrimage to our brew pub. So we'll see about all that. I am a big fan of their 60-minute, and I do like the 90-minute occasionally, but it's a little more on the stronger side. And the 120, I've got a couple different bottles of that. I got last year's and the year before. I don't even think I bought this year's. I tried one when it first came out, and I may love it now, but I hadn't had one in a while, and it was just so strong, and it just blew my palate, just busted my palate up like a tow motor had run over it. Food pairings on this one, guys. Cuisine is curried, the Thai, and the cheeses are the pepper, Monterey, the pepper jack, your blue, sharp, your more pungent cheeses, even Gorgonzola and Limburger. The meat for this is poultry, fish, shellfish, and salmon, but your grilled meat, burgers, chops, steaks, all that goes well with these IPAs, guys. Glassware is pint, becker, stein, and mug. I've got the pint glass, guys. It's about anything you want to pour it in. Just pour it into something. And it's not recommended for extended cellaring, even though it's 7.50, and it's not going to go bad. You will lose the hoppiness, will fade over time. So that is the only drawback to the real hoppy beers. They will fade out over time, guys. And this is the big bottle, and they've actually got the fish. So this is their own bottle. It's got the shark, Dogfish shark on there. So I'm sure that's I'd add to the cost. That's the only drawback down to these, that they put in these big bottles, and it costs a fortune to get these things. So that is the only draw down to that. So Sam at Dogfish does some great beers, though. Some of them I like, some of them not so much. Big head on this one, guys. Alrighty, over into the light. I poured it fairly easy too, but very carbonated. Very, very carbonated. Tons of bubbles streaming up, so that's why the head is so massive. It is super carbonated beer. Maybe just a tad over carbonated. For an IPA, a whole lot of bubbles going on there, guys. Very creamy white head. I guarantee you I could drop the cap. Matter of fact, I will. Just to show you what the deal is. There's the cap, and it's floating right in the top of there. So, that being said, we get that out of there. Guys, looks pretty good. Nice orangey. Your standard IPA, very orangey, golden color. Not golden like a macro lager, just a little bit more orangey than that. But very typical of an IPA. Actually, it's a little lighter than a 7.5. I was expecting it to be just a tad darker than that, but it is not. Well, let's get a nose on it and see if it's got any hops in it. What do you think, guys? Wow. I'm actually getting more of the maltiness than I am of the hop presence. It's got like a nutty, malty smell. Now, I am getting a hops, don't get me that, but it's not like a typical 60 or a 90. It's more subdued. I'm definitely getting a little grassy, malty, nutty smell. There's a little floral thing going on there with the hops. Well, I'm definitely surprised at what I'm smelling here. I was expecting this to be a hop bomb, guys, to be honest about it, and it is not on the nose. Yeah, maybe on the taste, but we'll see. Here we go. Cheers, guys. Let's see what this is all about. That is way different than what I expected. Wow, I like that a lot. Even though it's not the hot bomb that I was expecting. I am getting the maple syrup. I guess that's where the nuttiness is coming from. I don't know what yeast they've used to re-ferment it. But it does not taste like a 60 or a 90-minute IPA to me. And it doesn't taste like you've taken half and half and mixed them together. This definitely has a different characteristics, having the maple syrup and the new yeast introduced into it. Wow. I can't believe the nuttiness. Little grassiness there going with that too, which I'm not a big fan of. That's more like a lager characteristic, but I am getting a little grassiness on this one. Wow, really strange. Was not expecting this from the 75-minute. It's got a bitterness to the front end of it, but it's not overly bitter. Wow. Well, guys, I'm rambling on. This is right out of the fridge, 40 degrees. I'm going to let the other half sip on it and let it warm up a little bit. Not too much, because I like my IPAs. It's a little cooler, but we'll see what this one ends up with. I'm surprised. I'll put it that way. It's not what I was expecting, guys. So let's see what it ends up. Stick around. I'll be right back. Alright, guys, thanks for sticking around. Got just a little left. Look at the lacing on that glass. Oh, that's pretty damn good. Look at there. This is a pretty tasty beer. It's not what I was expecting, though. I mean, I was expecting a hot bomb, being the 60-minute IPA and the 90-minute, and then them dry hopping it with more Cascade hops. But re-fermenting it and adding maple syrup to it and then throwing more yeast to it drastically changed the taste as far as I'm concerned. To me, it did. It's very nice, but it's definitely not the hop bomb. I mean, I don't even think it's as hoppy as a 60-minute IPA, much less in between the 60 and the 90. So, final chug, guys. For a 7.5%, it is just as sessionable as a 60-minute IPA, guys. No, I don't get the alcohol at all on this one. But also, I don't get the hop presence that I thought I was going to get. So, maybe just me. So, I was really expecting a little more hops. Very sessionable, very easy drinking. The re-fermenting with the maple syrup definitely changed the taste of this as far as I'm concerned, being a home brewer myself. So, if you've not had this, it's not like taking a 60 and 90 and mixing it together. It's completely different than that, guys. So, I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10 tonight, guys. It's pretty tasty. I enjoyed it. It is not the hot bomb that I was anticipating, but it's pretty damn tasty. And I know it's a fresh bottle, so it is what it is. So, I enjoyed it. So that being said, Beer Advocate comes up with their 92, which is pretty amazing marks from them. And Rate Beer comes up with 99 overall, 99 in style. So those guys are pretty impressed over there too. So I'm not going to go against the grain. Yeah, I enjoyed it. It's not something that I would seek out in this monster 750 milliliter bottle. If it was to be put in a 12-ounce bottle or something like that, or a bomber, it may be more reasonable, but I don't buy a whole lot of these other than due to the reviews, guys. As far as go-to beers, you won't find any of these big beers or cork beers in my refrigerator for go-to beers. I think all that adds cost to it, and a lot of my go-to beers aren't that costly. I get pretty good prices on Sierra Nevada and all that, but I'm getting off subject with all this crap. So, guys, if you've had this, give me some comments back on this one. Let me know. I'm thinking this is a fairly fresh version of this, and this is 2012 version. Let me know what you think of it. It's pretty tasty, guys. So, I enjoyed it. So, as always, rate, comment, subscribe, and we'll be back tomorrow. We're going to look in the fridge. See you then.